Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Winner Circle Sports Betting Podcast. Sean Higgs coming at you. It's Wednesday, the 10th of December, but we'll be talking Sunday NFL, a doubleheader. Chargers, Chiefs, Lions, Rams, couple interesting matchups. They have, let's be honest, there's some playoff implications and just general discord to these teams here we'll discuss. But again, before we get to that, hit the like, share, subscribe button, notification bell. You don't miss out the free pick videos. Free pick videos daily, 7 days a week. Chip Trimus and the Vegas Legends on the weekends. I roll with you all week long. Matt Fargo joins me and Mark Lawrence on Fridays with your Friday Football Live, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. You don't miss out on that, especially it's all right, we got Army Navy Saturday, but we got bowl games coming up. So the football discussion, especially with the NFL playoffs, really right around the corner. I guess we're a month away, and there's a lot of jockeying going on. So the conversation will be fun. And if you're in the comment section, you're included. It's a all-inclusive live show, so be sure to check that out. Again, free picks are the free picks. Best bets, as always, gamblersworld.net. And hello, I mentioned bowl season is here, and it does start Saturday with the LA Pump It Up Grung. I don't know. It's got some kind of crazy name to it. Who's got time for that? I enjoy bowls, but can you just have a simpler name that's got to be 9 things played out? It's the something bowl at the stadium at so-and-so, sponsored by he and who. Listen, the bowl early bird package is up right now. Go get it. College Football Bowl sale. Every pick and prediction package through the national championship. So you get all the playoff games. You'll get the Ventura's Bowl. You're going to get the Mayo Bowl. Of course, the Pop-Tarts Bowl. $179 at gamblersworld.net. Can't beat it. Every single bowl game from your favorite capper. Go get the College Bowl early bird special. Well, not really. It's not that early now because it's just days away. I told you to creep up on us. Nobody believed me. And the bowls are right there. We'll be talking about the bowls. Thursday Night Football tomorrow is more like a toilet bowl between the Falcons and the Bucks. Not really great teams. I guess the Sundays, although can we put – well, I'm going to say welcome. I'm going to throw Brian Bitler first as a welcome. But Kansas City, can we put them in the toilet bowl the way they've been playing? But before we get to the Kansas City Charger game, I'm going to say hello to Brian. We were met yesterday. But, Brian, how's the weekend? It's bowl lines are up. Have you jumped on anything? Are you ready for the NFL weekend? You've been on fire. I mean, you're leapfrogging to the top of the leaderboards here across sports. So you're on a nice little heater at the end of the year. Excellent work by you. But what's on tap, my friend?
Oh, off a 3-0 day yesterday and a solid weekend. I didn't light it on fire, but my titanium best bet 58 and 24, 71% last 82. So just trying to get a winning day every day is my goal. And, as far as bowl plays go in the future, I'm not one to usually lock in early on stuff. I like to let things marinate for a little bit, see how people are pushing the lines. So definitely look forward to the bowl season.
Nice 3-0 day for Mr. Bitler. I go 1-2 in college basketball, and of course I get a 2-point loser and a half-point loser. That's the way that's how you go 500 so far for a month and a half of college basketball. And the balls are not falling in for me there, Matt Fargo. I'm just I'm a free throw away from a great season, but I've been shacking in at the line, shacking the fool, and losing these half-point games, and well. We like to make ourselves feel better, say it'll even out, but until it does, it's just on to the next day. We grind it out.
Did you have Dartmouth last night?
No, I didn't have.
Okay, there were a lot of games last night that came down to like a final free throw, the final few seconds. There were a lot of bad beats across the college basketball world last night. I didn't have any of the bad beats. I got at 2 blowout losses, so I didn't have to sweat anything out.
That's kind of good sometimes. You're like, you know what? It was just a bad bet. You can move on from that.
Yeah, South Dakota against Wyoming. I think they lost by 40. I don't know. Horrible call. But back at it tonight, 3 more winners. And like Brian said about bowl season, I'm the same way, especially now with the opt-outs. Like, you have some of these players opted out like just a few days before. So if you try to lock these games in early, it could go in your way, but they could also go against you. So I think it's safer just to wait until a few days ahead of time and get as much information as you can for a lot of these bowl teams.
two things. One, Bry, Matt mentioned, 2 bad losses. Do you prefer the blowout and just kind of look at that? All right, you know what? I was just totally wrong on that game, or the heartbreaking game that's like I have, like you come down to like the last possession, it's back and forth for a minute and 30 seconds. They're going to get it. I tend to want to say I would rather just lose and be like, you know what? That was a bad play, right? I wasn't, because, whatever the case would be in that game, he's thinking, I got the winner, right? And it was a winner in just in one direction. Whereas if you're eking out kind of a close one or losing it, you know what? Maybe I got a problem with my numbers that they're that close.
For me, I like the heartbreakers because, I had Michigan last night. I think they won by 30 or 40. But if I was on the other end of that, I'd be thinking, well, I really read that game wrong. But if you miss a game by a point or two or miss free throw, you're thinking, well, I was almost there. I just had the wrong play for this day. But I definitely feel worse when it's a blowout loss because those are the type of games that people message you or say, oh, why'd you take that game, or you stink, or
Yeah, but on a close one, see, I look at it as maybe it shouldn't be close. If I like my dog, I think it's going to win out, right? Like, again, if I'm in any sport, if I'm taking like a 10-point kind of dog, more football-wise, I'm an interception, pick six away from covering, winning outright, or getting. So I look at a close loss like.
My games seem like they're always close. It's like they're always within a hair.
Yeah, so. I like being close to the number because it's like, okay, but on the same token, shouldn't my play cover that number and not be like, that's why I look at it. If I have a game, dog favorite, over under, I don't want it to be close. I think like, all right, if I'm taking this game, I think, all right, they got to win by 3. Hopefully they win by 4 here. No, I'm not thinking. I think they're going to win by 17 or something, but I don't know. It's just the close ones are good for your mental state. You're like, all right, I'm right there. I'm going to get over the hump.
Well, look at our hair. Look at our hairline. We were both bald.
Yeah, but that's more from when we were young. Well, I shave it too, number. I shave. You can still see my shadow. I like the close one gives you hope. Like you're right there. The blowout we've been doing this together. We got 60 something years between us, right? 20 years minimum between us all. More than that, probably 30 pop with our ages. The blowouts are like, you know what? Bad game. I'm going to move on. We don't care. It's one game. On to the next, right? That's the way we look at them. But like you said, you're going to get the hate mail like, oh, well, fella, it's one game, man. Who cares about one game?
You can win 20 in a row and you'll get an email.
We're going to have 625 basketball games, and who cares about the one? But I don't know. That's always interesting there with the how games go now, wins and losses. But speaking of losses, the Kansas City Chiefs. Not that they're done, as opposed to the dynasty, the run is over kind of thing. But this year's team, I mean, a month and a half ago, after a couple wins, you're thinking, you know what? These guys look pretty good. The offense is clicking a little bit here. This is 5 years ago, Kansas City, with the offense moving along. Then here come the clunkers and the losses. I don't think they make the playoffs this year, and yet here they are again, favored. This was 5.5, 4.5. There's a couple of 4s out here this week over the Chargers. Now the Chargers were no great shakes on Monday. I had them. I'd have sweat that. Because the Eagles are the same boat to me. Like they keep pricing Eagles as favorites for whatever reason. The Kansas City Chiefs are favorites. Heck, Tampa Bay was all banged up left and right, listed as favorites like they're playing September 2nd. It's Baker. How is one Kansas City favored by these numbers, Matt? Like, again, they're pricing them like, well, it's Mahomes. The last 3 years, and I said this yesterday, we were talking, I don't know what I was talking to him. I said, he's been, the last 3 years, his stats have gone down every single year last year. And then someone on Twitter put out something about his numbers and Brady. I'm like, I said the exact thing. Brady was peaking at 28, 29, 30. And his last 3 years, 20, 29, 30, they've all gone downhill. I want to say that for him, and even for Andy Reid, maybe a no playoffs is great for them. Maybe not playing into February or the championship game. How about you sit out the last game of the year because you got 6 or 7 wins. There's no reason for you to play. Get an off-season rest. Let Andy Reid kind of be like, you know what? I don't got to run around like a chicken with my head cut off right now. It was a bad year. We had some injuries. get the offensive line in order, just rest up and recharge. Maybe come back next year. You got a 31-year-old Hall of Fame quarterback. You'll be all right. I'm almost cheering for him to kind of bottom out so he could just rest. I think at this point he's so banged up. He's behind a bad line. What is the problem? And again, sign me up for the Chargers all day here. As bad as they look, I cannot lay any kind of points. And it's 3-0 with Kansas City. Anything more than 3, I do not have faith in them to score more than 3 points or to beat a team by 3 points.
Yep, that's fair. And you bring up a good point. Kansas City could use a reset. I totally agree with that. I think they're doing good. Just come in fresh next year and just start over. And when I say start over, I don't mean start a whole new team and rebuild. I mean just start your mentality over and be the team you were for the last, however many years. I was on the Chargers as well on Monday. That was more of a play, like you said, against the Eagles because the Eagles are broken too. And Chargers probably should have lost that game. No doubt about it. It was given to them by the Eagles with their mistakes. I do like Kansas City in this spot. I'm going contrarian. They've lost 5 in a row against the number. Mahomes is a favorite. He's 4-11 his last 15. Not good at all. He has been going the opposite direction for sure. But I'm a contrarian person. I like that. And it's a tough spot for the Chargers coming off a short week, an overtime game on top of it. And, they lost another tackle. They're down their top 3 tackles right now. And this line, after they lost the guy on Monday, they could do nothing on offense. And I know the Kansas City line isn't very healthy either. I just think it's a better spot for them. They get to remain home. What are they? 2 games behind? They're two games behind Houston for the last wildcard spot. Essentially 3 because they lost to them.
Yeah.
Making the playoffs is probably not going to happen. I think they're going to fight here, and I think they have Tennessee on deck. And it's a high number. I get it, but I think the spot is good, and I think they regroup and get this win off that Houston loss from last week.
All right. Matt Fargo's like in Kansas City. Again, Brian, I look at this Kansas City team. Super Bowl loser last year, Super Bowl winner the year before, Super Bowl winner the year before, AFC Championship game loser the year before that, Super Bowl loser the year before that, Super Bowl winner before that, championship game loser before that. 7 straight years playing into February. Mahomes has been banged up every year with like an ankle, a knee, or something. Again, and I agree with Matt's take. Like Kansas, the Chargers don't look good. They got their own offensive line. That's a team too. I was more talking about the Chiefs woes, Brian, but let's look at Kansas City. 1 week they're scoring 36. The next week they're scoring 13 and can't score a touchdown. Ed McConkey gets 10 targets one game, 2 the next. Then you're going Vidal nonstop. It's him. I have no idea the game plan offensively for Harbaugh. It's somebody different all the time. And it looks like Herbert, not that he's confused out there, but the offense just has no kind of continuity. And I understand taking the point, like, all right, give me the Chiefs. You're more of an established franchise, but you're the tiebreaker mode on this. Do you have opinion or maybe a total? I mean, 41 and a half.
I definitely have an opinion here. This is the type of game that has made me successful, I think, this year. Something like this. Kansas City coming in here 5 straight non-covers, like Pat said. Everything, I don't think the average bettor is going to be on the Kansas City Chiefs based on how they've looked over the past 5 or 6 weeks. I think people will be on the Los Angeles Chargers here getting points. They're 9-14 versus 6-7. This is where I want Kansas City, a buy low spot. So for me, it's all about the line. This -4.5, I like that it's like that because I think it's going to scare off a lot of people. But this is a game that I'm definitely going to have almost 100% as a premium pick. And I think the Chiefs take care of business here on Sunday.
Here come the Chiefs love. The Chiefs love from 2. I just can't. I mean, I understand that notion of it where it's you have Reed and Mahomes and a short week Chargers squad who doesn't look good. They're basically handed a game. They got 6 turnovers from Hurts. I mean,
look who they have next on deck. Chargers. Very tough games coming up for the Chargers with Dallas, Houston, Denver. Kansas City has weak competition coming up. They do have a game against Denver, but they got Las Vegas and Tennessee. So I think if they can win this one, so you add 3 more wins to their total, they're at, they get 9 wins. They might sneak in.
It's going to be close. I mean, listen, they got the tiebreaker over the Ravens, but they
catch Denver at home too in Kansas City. So,
but is that a win? They lost to him this year. They should have lost to him twice last year. Again,
what
for
are
me,
the odds for the
And
playoffs?
they have the tiebreaker over the Colts too. So the two teams in front of them that aren't in the playoffs right now, they have the
the
tiebreaker
Colts.
with the Colts.
The Colts to me are out of it. I took a 4-1 with the Jags, and I think an 8 or 9-1 with the Texans last month, or maybe not last month. It was last month. It was around Thanksgiving, maybe before, because I thought the Colts were going to kind of regress with that defense, and Daniel Jones would just kind of even himself out because they were kind of playing with fire a little bit. Those games, getting high scoring, back and forth games. You're not going to win all those. And Phillip Rivers, really, Phillip Rivers is coming in here to.
It's a shame Anthony Richards is. I know he hasn't done anything, Richardson, but he's a big athlete. Too bad he hurt his eye earlier.
Yeah, he looks so good when he's in there.
I know, but I'm a big time supporter of him, and I've gotten burned on my fantasy team.
Yeah, well, that's cool. What's going to happen when you draft a quarterback in the first round who played 6 games at freaking Florida and won 5 of them or whatever he did? I mean, they were like 7 and what was his record over there? 7-4, whatever his record was in the starts. That's all he started on paper.
He looks good if you look at him, but then when he gets into action.
I believe it was Nick Vitale would call that the all-airport team, about good-looking players in college. They look good getting off the plane. Look at that. He looks like a baller. And he gets on the field, he's like, what the heck?
He's always hurt. That's his problem. He's like, ever since college, he some injury just gets him every time. He's constantly banged up.
A franchise-changing problem for them because he's not a franchise quarterback. No. All right, well, listen. Brian and Matt are enjoying the Chiefs in this spot. I, on the other hand, I'm on the other side. Do we have a total thought on this one, perhaps, on anything? Do you like 41.5 to me looks like
I like the under.
They're begging to take the over.
Yeah. I'm saying under also.
I like under.
Right? I mean, 41.5, you think, how in this game, just the way they play each other, you think this game would be 23-20.
I think Kansas City's defense is really going to step up here. I like the Chargers on defense. They did well against the Eagles. But
yeah, I think you got to like the under.
The Chiefs defense has been playing pretty well, with the exception of the game against Buffalo, which, whatever, and that game at Dallas, Thanksgiving. 2 really good offenses. So the Chargers don't have a really good offense right now. So I think the Chiefs defense can lock down.
I mean, Herbert was sacked 47 times last night. I mean, or Monday night. I mean, what did they get him? 6-7 times?
7, yep.
Yeah, they got problems. Under 41.5, official show pick here. 36-31 with our NFL free picks. Again, free picks here. If you haven't already, hit the like and notification bell. You don't want to miss out on more free picks here from us. And in the comment, who do you like in this game? Do you like the Chargers, Chiefs, over, under? What do you got in our game one look? Put that notification bell on. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Don't miss out on the free pick winners. If you want our top play on this game, head to gamblersworld.net. We'll have a play up on this. I'm sure each of us, you heard Brian, Matt, myself talk about this game. There'll probably be a premium action on this one when it comes to Sunday NFL. So be sure to check that out. Now, game number 2 here, Detroit and the LA Rams. Boy, oh boy. The Lions look, I don't want to say they look dead, but they look suspect, right? Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. You beat Dallas there. Now is it time for a loss here in the Rams? This line got up to like 6+. It's come back down into the 5 range now, right? It's and again, you get to 6 on this, you're like, oh boy, how's a 6 from a 4.5, 3.5, 4.5 opener? Is it inflated, Brian, because you have the Rams dropping 45 on a division opponent? Although, again, off a loss, they're going to come out and lay it on Arizona. You knew that was coming. 5.5, 55.5. The total looks, I mean, we just had a 41.5. Now we're at a total 55. This one, to me, again, they're screaming at you like there's going to be offense at the wazoo here. I like the Rams defense. And as much as I don't like Detroit's defense at all, you're facing old quarterbacks you're familiar with. You kind of know tendency of Goff and Stafford here. I think the edge lies to the defense, no matter how good either of these quarterbacks have been this season. The other head coaches kind of know, again, it's not that their defense are going to come in here and smother these guys, but you kind of know where they're going to look when option A and B are gone. They know, the defense is going to kind of. We know how this guy plays. They're right. Leopards don't change their spots, or right, Brian. I mean, the defense doesn't make a difference. They've been gone for 2-3 years. 30-something-year-old quarterbacks aren't switching up and changing their MOs. I like the under a lot in this one, 55.5. I think it's a little too high.
For me in this game here, I definitely like Kansas City much more in this one, but I like the Detroit Lions plus the points. I just think the Rams have been a cover machine, covering 6 of the last 8. Rams have the Seattle Seahawks on deck next, and that's a huge game.
Yeah. Thursday night, short week game for them. That's a short week game.
Detroit really needs to get this W here. And the last 2 times they played last year, they were within a touchdown, I believe. They were close games. I think the points is where I want to be on this one. I could see a backdoor cover.
There you go. Plus, and just went to 6 here on one of a place not here, but somewhere out in the global world, a +6 you could find, but 5.5 is all over the joint. Matt, what do you think? What are your thoughts on this game here? Again, should be a good, two pretty good teams, but the Detroit squad needs it more. And again, Rams with Seattle on deck, that's the one they got to be looking at, I think.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to bring that point up that they could be peeking ahead a little bit to the big game against Seattle. I'm with Brian. I like the points here. I think it's a little bit too many. I think it should be around a field goal. With Goff and Campbell as an underdog of 4 points or more, they're 17-3 against the number in their 20 games. So when they're big dogs, they tend to step up, and they've been covering those games by over 5 per game. And Campbell is the coach of the Lions. When he gives up 30 or more points, he's 16-4 in his 20 games. So they're in a good spot here. As you mentioned, the Rams coming up a cupcake game. We knew they were pretty much we're going to roll in that game. But with the look ahead, I just think it's too many points right now. And but I do agree with your under. I think the total's too high. This is the highest total that the Rams have seen this year. I think people are expecting a shutout. I think the defenses are going to play a little bit better than what we've seen. Like the Rams did not play well against Carolina defensive-wise, and Detroit has not looked good the last 3 games, as a matter of fact. I think the defense will step up a little bit here, keep it lower scoring than what the total is saying. I like Detroit, and I like the under as well.
Detroit plus 5.5. We're going to make it an official play here. Detroit plus 5.5. Detroit under 55. Is there? We get a 55.5. So we got 50. We got 50. All right. DraftKings at 55.5. 55 over at 50. Let's go 55.5. We got 55.5 here. 2 plays. Again, Detroit backers. You beat the Rams last year in overtime opening day, right? Was that week 1 there, last year's game? They played, it was 26-20, and then they beat them in the playoffs. They've had their number. Now you're going to give me 5 or more in a must-win kind of game with, again, they don't have to cover a number here, folks. Even if the Rams win by a field goal late, again, would we be shocked at something like 24-20 here? Absolutely not. Somebody kicking a field goal, no.
I mean, we could see the Rams up by 11 points, and then Lions get a garbage touchdown at the end, and they got the offense to move the ball down the field. So,
yeah, there's no. Listen, we say it all the time here. If you've ever, if you're new to betting, the prevent defense prevents you from covering. Right, you're up there by 10, 14, whatever it is, and all of a sudden here comes garbage time nonsense. It's march down the field, dinking and dunking. They're talking about, this team's got to do this in their next start, blah. In the end, they're just marching down the fields, making you yell at the TV, yelling at how it's rigged. It's not rigged, bro. This was before even TV. This nonsense used to win on. Nobody cares. We're winning the game anyway. Who cares? 3 free picks for you today here. Kansas City under the 41.5 versus the Chargers. And a double dipper in the afternoon affair. Detroit plus 5.5, under 55.5. Again, these are our free picks here on you're going to be watching this on a Wednesday, Thursday ahead of time. But if you have the time, head to GamblesReal.net. Get our best bets in these games. Again, we got a leaderboard. See, everybody's doing across the board in all sports. Yes, college football is winding down, but we do have our bowl package up right now. So go get that. If listen, the bowl package is great. Now, I can't say that everybody's going to have 30 games out in every single bowl game. You probably get maybe half of that. A 30-day package right now, take it through the first week of December, or first week of January, first week and a half. You'll get everything. You get all the bowl games also as well, including NFL and everything else. It might be a little more in your pocket, but it's also all sports and guaranteed. If you're just a football bettor, get that bowl package, enjoy it. You want the whole kit and caboodle, the 30-day. I'll keep telling you 30-day because that's the best money. And money management, you need it. You can't just be dancing around spending frivolously, folks. Get the 30-day package, all sports included. There you go. Brian, what do you got on tap for today or Thursday night or Friday or Saturday bowl game? What do you got? Anything on the site right now?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm about to load up my Thursday titanium play in the NFL, that big NFL game we got on Thursday night, 58 and 24, 71% last 82 titaniums. So we're going to try to keep it rolling forward. Also on a 178, 113, 61% all sports run last 291. So just trying to get winning day, but Thursday looks big for sure.
There you go. You'll have time to get down with Brian on Thursday because this will be up on Wednesday afternoon. Matt.
Yep, big week of college hoops as always. I'm going to have a game in the NFL on Thursday as well. I'll be posting Army-Navy today for Saturday. And I see a big card coming up for Sunday. There's some great matchups, great situations. I'm looking at the card right now. And the best part about this weekend for Sunday, there are 425 games. So the red zone is finally going to be good this afternoon. Because last week there were only three 4 o'clock games. It's just no fun. And that's happened a few times this year. So now it's a little, I think it's 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 early games and 5 late ones. So a good balanced schedule this week. I like it.
Yeah, you're right. There's been a couple of those three games at the 4:25 window East Coast time. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I'll be loaded up. It's a Wednesday. It starts to do a little write-ups to get everything posted up. So I'll have that up for Thursday, Saturday. I'll have Saturday game as well in college football there, and NFL on Sunday. So be sure to get all of our action at gamblersworld.net. Tomorrow we'll be back here. Doug Upstone, Alex Smart, myself. We'll be talking Army-Navy. So you want to listen in on that one? Excellent. If you want the best bets in those games, hello. Matt just said he'll have something up in that. You never know. Brian might be ready to move in that game as well for Army-Navy. Premium picks will be up. Get them at gamblersworld.net. Happy Wednesday, gentlemen. Good luck to you. I will see you both next week. I'll see Matt on Friday. I'll see Brian next week. Good luck, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.